God. There we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. My God. There we go. Hey, everybody. Lord, y'all forgive me. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Anyway, I pray everyone is having a great night. Everyone is doing good. Everyone's doing, okay. We are going to start. We got some people on here. And I'm going to do our Did You Know in Black History. So here we go. Our Did You Know in Black History. 2 of the richest men in America are African American. Robert Smith and David Stewart. Robert Smith is the wealthiest of the 2 with a total net worth of $6.7 billion. Smith is founder and CEO of Vista Equities, which is a software company. Look it up. It's a very prominent software company. David Stewart is worth $5.8 billion and is founder of Worldwide Technology, which is an IT provider. People that come in and fix your computers when they are down, when you need them around, and stuff like that. So that is your Did You Know in Black History. And before I bring our guests on, I want to say this. Our prayers are all going to the people of Ukraine today. It is a sad occasion, and I'm very heartbroken about what's going on. I pray that it ends soon and that we can, they can start to rebuild. It doesn't make any sense for this to keep happening. Without further ado, though, we are going to bring on our special guest. The first person up to the stage, and her name is Army Hardy Copeland. Hey, Army.
Hey, Yo-Yo.
She is with Cooking with Mimi, correct?
Correct.
It's a online catering course.
It is.
The next person we have is Ricard Pruitt. What's the name of your company again, Ricard? I'm sorry.
It's Dressier Inc.
Dressier Inc. And so he's got his own little company going on. And then the next person we have is Brittany Fox.
Hello.
And it's called Eye Candy Love. She sells lashes, so on and so forth. We're going to get into all that. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Great. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so my first question to you all is, what possessed you to become an entrepreneur? I'm going to go with you first, Army.
What made me want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes.
It's power. It's power and ownership. And I feel like so many times, for one, being a minority, we were stripped from the beginning. And we were given definitions and I guess expectations of who people felt like we should be versus being able to be independent and live the way that we were born to live. And having your own business, it gives you a power and a comfort, and it gives you a status, which we all deserve. Everybody has some type of gift that they can share with others. So it was the independence for me, not the money. Of course, money is a consideration when you are deciding on which business you actually want to open, but the independence and the definition of you.
That's a good one. Ricard, what made you decide to do this?
With me, mine was kind of a happy accident, I guess. It was when the pandemic began. Everyone was in the house, and him and my daughter and everyone was having an issue keeping up with their mask. And I noticed that they all wore lanyards. So I was just looking, and then Kim said, what if you came up with something where you could have a lanyard that holds your mask and your credentials at the same time? And I started looking into it, and I looked online.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. What do you mean credentials? Because some people may not know what that means.
Here it is. Here, your ID.
Okay.
And you can hold your keys or anything. And I looked online, hired a couple of patent lawyers to do a patent and product search. And they came back and said it's nothing like it on the market. And then what I done was I made the first couple ones with my hand. I sold it myself and let my daughter wore them to school and came back. My friends say, "Can you make me one?" And then fast forward, I couldn't keep up with demand. I hired a lady to sew them for me. Then I hired another lady to sew them for me. And then I hired a company to mass produce them for me. Then had to hire another company to mass produce them for me. And
Okay,
now,
hold on with that though. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that.
okay.
Brittany, what made you want to become an entrepreneur in everything? I heard.
I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. That's pretty much it. I mean, I think I always said like I wanted to do something with it was either, be in the medical field or do something with fashion or something like that. And I kind of just realized, after a while, working with people, I don't want to answer to somebody for the rest of my life or I like to be able to run a business from my phone or from my laptop and be wherever I need to be.
Okay. So, what are the products that you sell? Let's start with you, Brittany.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
What do you sell? What products do you sell?
Lashes, sunglasses, lash pins, headbands, purses. That's about it. I think that's it.
Okay, so a lot of things.
I think that's it.
That's it. What about you, Ricard? Is that the only thing you sell? What's it called?
It's a lanyard, but because I patented it, I had to give it a name. It's called the Master. I put mask and lanyard together and just called it Master.
A mastered.
But I also sell the regular lanyards. I sell T-shirts, stationaries, and I'm coming up here shortly with my own clothing line. As you see, this is my company name right here, Drasir Inc. My logo. It's all up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and you, Miss Army?
Cooking with Mimi is actually the sister company of Aces, which is my catering company. The Cooking with Mimi is the virtual soul food classes with a holistic twist. And you can also book me for parties. I do in-person one-on-one lessons as well. And I'm really just trying to share the gift of healing and cooking and the end result. It's not just about soul food. It is the process, the technique, and then the end result.
Right. Okay. Now, I see we all got some different things going on. We got cooking, the lanyard, T-shirts, and lashes and stuff. Being a business owner nowadays is really, I want to say, everybody's branching out, trying to start their own little businesses and stuff. What do you say is the pros and cons of having your own business? I'll start with you, Ricard.
Piggyback on what Brittany said, my number one thing was I found out is that you're your own boss. You make your own schedule. And in my case, a con was my product was new, so getting it in the market was very hard. And another pro for me is it's no better feeling than you building something of your own and seeing it grow and just take off. It was an amazing feeling. Unlike anything I've ever done.
Okay. Army?
The pro would definitely be the birthing of my business. I mean, when you've had businesses before and it's not your first venture, but it is that venture that finally makes sense and all the pieces fit together, then it's the purpose. So that would definitely be the pro of it. The con of it, anytime you're dealing with food, there is a lot of prep time, even if it's going in the grocery store to purchase what you're going to teach people about, unthawing things, prepping things. Those are the things that you aren't truly compensated for.
Right.
So that is probably the only con of it, but everything else about it, I love it because it is my passion.
Okay, we're gonna get into that passion stuff. Brittany.
You said pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the pro is, I eventually one day this will be my full income, so I'll be my own boss. The con is, I think, with my business is I have to constantly like put something out, put content, but it's good pro seeing people love my merchandise and support is a good pro to it.
Okay, now I'm gonna skip a question. How long have you been in business? I don't know where this echo is coming from. How long have you been in business, Ricard?
I started in about May of 2020, so almost 2 years now.
Okay. Army.
ACES was developed. Well, I've been in business. I've been cooking for over 20 years privately. ACES transformed in 2017, and Cooking with Mimi is not even a week old. So,
oh wow, okay.
She's fresh.
She's fresh. She's a newborn.
That's right.
Brittany, how long have you been doing Eye Candy Love?
Well, I originally started in 2019 after my uncle passed away, and I launched it in 2020. I think.
No. You launched it actually in September, in October 19th of 2019, on your father's birthday.
There you go.
That's a shame. I know your stuff. I should know your stuff.
These years are running by.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like my website has been up that long, but I officially, I guess, I feel like it took off in 2020. So I guess, but 2019, if that's what you.
Okay. Now, this is a question that I have because, I have a business. I have the cleaning business, and I'm venturing off into something new too. I'm doing Airbnbs, but I'm trying to do it on get a corporate leasing to do the Airbnbs instead of doing my own. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that later. But do you feel like having your business? Do you have support from? Is it more support from people you don't know than people you know? I'm gonna start with you, Ricard.
For me, I have friends and family, but the biggest support that I do have is like my best friend. We talk about it all the time. His name is Marcus Hood. Yeah, sometimes you get down because you have bad days, you have good days, and it's good to have someone to in your ears like, don't give up, man. Just keep on going. But yeah, I have a pretty good support group.
What do you say is the pros and cons of having?
I was trying to share your live, and
but you're gonna have to cut your phone down. That's what's bringing my echo up. What you mean you don't know, Renita? What does that mean?
Yeah.
So Army,
leave it.
My biggest support system is my children and my girlfriends. It's very important to have a solid circle of individuals, and a lot of people don't understand when you surround yourself by individuals that are already out here doing it. When it gets tough for you, you can contact them and be like, listen, this is where I'm at with my business, and when you were at that point, how did you handle it? How did you get through it? So when you swim in the same waters with sharks, then eventually you can become a shark with them. You may be a dolphin at that time, but just surrounding yourself around people that are already established and already making it, that makes a great experience for you, and it's very helpful.
Brittany, where do you find most of your support come from?
I think 50-50. I have received orders from people I don't know. Miss Army. But I can now put a face to a name. So I think it's 50-50.
Cut your phone down, Brittany.
That's not me now.
That's not.
No.
Oh, okay.
I definitely think it's 50-50. You were a big support and still are a big support in my business. Luckily, a lot of some of the stuff like dealing with my packaging, I'm just like, hey, Mom, can you
Listen, y'all. So let me go ahead and put this out there. When you have children, no matter how old they always gonna come on the mama and daddy. So I don't know about you, McCoy, but I know my daughter, that one. Mom, can you see about this packaging? Can you do that? Can you? I'd be like, I'm trying to get my own stuff situated, but okay.
But she is very vocal on, maybe you should do this. So we just gonna recruit you to. Well, can you be an assistant and can you please send emails and find out about this? But I feel like it's very 50-50. I would say I took a break for a little while because I was expecting, somebody told me don't expect a lot of support from people you know until people you don't know are supporting you. That's when people you know support you a lot more. So I kind of took a break because at first I was like, I have all this, family, friends, and you would think that would be the most people, sharing. But I've had now it's 50-50. I love the people that are close to me that do support. And then I really love the people that don't know me, probably have never seen me, that buy.
So do you find it hard? Because I know, Ricardo, you said you got it, your stuff patented, so nobody else can make that, correct?
Not without paying me, or I'm gonna sue them.
Lord, Herbert.
Yeah.
How did you go? Did you said you patented, or did you get the
Trademark.
Trademark.
No, I patented it through the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. No, I patented it.
You patented. How now let me ask, because I know I have an LLC. I have my LLC. And I was thinking about patenting some things that I have, but how did you go about getting your patent? So we can help the other two, just in case they want to patent their stuff.
I would say do your research and find a lawyer, because you really need to. If you don't know how to write a patent, you need someone else to do it.
Right.
And actually, the people who done mine, if anyone need a patent, they're very good. But do your research, and you need to have it costs some money. I ain't gonna lie to you. But find a good patent attorney. I went through one, and the one I have now is great. My first one was a patent professor. He's out of Florida. They was more or less, they was doing the work, but they was trying to get me for every dollar I could, and I caught on, and I just dropped them.
Right.
But the one I have now, they're out of Austin, and they're great, and they finished up the process of it.
How long did it take you to get it patented?
It's still in the process. It's right now it's patent pending, but as long as it's patent pending, I'm still covered and I'm protected.
So is your product patent or is your name patent?
My product is the lanyard here that I created. This is what's patent. My name is my company name is trademark. Okay.
So I'm just trying to help people out there with some businesses, and I got to go to Mr. Ricard because he knows a lot about this stuff. Again, tell the people what's the difference between a trademark and a patent if they don't know. If y'all two don't know.
Patent is it's a product, like this lanyard, a piece of equipment, or something that you could use. Trademark is mainly your name. Like the guy who sings that says that "Let's get ready to rumble." He trademarked those words, and
it's okay, Kim.
Yeah, so that's the difference between them. A patent.
Well, you also can patent an idea. I found that out a couple of weeks ago. That if I have an idea and it's not even out here yet. I can go and try to get it patented. And if they patent my idea, because I met a guy, an older man. He's about in his late 70s, early 80s now, and he got something patented off an idea. He didn't have no product or nothing, an idea that he had for airplanes, flyer jets. He got it patented. So anybody that uses his idea has to pay him.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you could patent the idea, but you can also patent the idea. Hey T and Kim, you're okay, honey. Y'all are okay. Huh?
It's a good thing to have, especially if you feel like you have a good idea, because I didn't know how good my idea was, but I've had a few companies offer to buy my patent, but the numbers ain't right yet, so I'm not selling it.
Now, because I'm gonna ask Brittany, you have a products that a lot of people like. Now, listen, there's a lot of different makeup companies out here. There's a lot of toilet paper companies out here, paper towel makeup company. How do you think people can, like, let me go to Eye Candy Love for my purses. Now, I like the purses personally. To make your stuff stand out. How do you get your stuff to stand out? Like, are you Facebook, IGN? Are you doing promos? Are you getting models out there, like for your lashes and your purses? How do you put your product out there so other people say, let me go to her, use hers instead of somebody else's?
I mean, it's kind of word of mouth in a sense. I kind of let.
What are you looking at?
The dogs are
wanting
to go out. The dogs are wanting to go outside, so I'm trying to like keep out. But I do use Instagram, Facebook to put it out there. I did have an instance. My original name was not Eye Candy Love. But somebody did take my name. They just spelled it different. With the eye candy lashes. So I just switched it up.
So hold on for a second. So Ricard, do you think she should trademark her Eye Candy Love?
That if she don't want to get her name stolen, like she said, she lost it before because someone was losing it. Yeah, you should, because if you don't have it trademarked, someone can come along and get that name, and then you're gonna have to change your name again, because if you use that, they'll sue you.
Mm-hmm.
So now, is the trademark as expensive as the patent?
No, nowhere near it. No.
Do you have to use a trademark attorney?
If you think you can do it yourself, like I know a guy who wrote his own trademark. If you think you can write it yourself, you can. It's way cheaper to do it yourself. But if you can't write it yourself, because they're very, very tedious about how they want things. So I wasn't even about to try to do it all. I just rather pay someone to do it for me, so it's done right. Okay.
Army. What can we say makes cooking with Mimi? What is the experience different than Paula Deen? I don't know why I used her name, but that's the first name that came in my head. But go ahead.
Okay. Paula Deen, I can't even throw any names out there, but everyone wants
Rachel Ray, all them.
Right. What's the lady with Snoop Dogg?
Martha Stewart.
All of them. Like, everybody is all about the propaganda of showing people what ingredients go into what to make a recipe. But the actual technique and the process is really the most important thing. My virtual cooking school is a combination of healing and cooking. I have learned how to incorporate the two, because cooking is what helped heal me and get me through rough situations. So a lot of people just want to talk about ingredients and this and that. I want to talk about everything. You know, I want to talk about why I might have selected this particular meal on this particular day and how I feel about it, and then how it makes me feel in the end result. I want to talk about why I roll my meatballs in a certain way, or the mental stimulation that it can give me and relax my mind. So it is a different technique because it is a different process because it's all about me and how I created my own cooking style. So it's personalized.
Mm-hmm. So when I take your cooking class, I'm gonna feel like I'm rolling these meatballs, baby. Like my mind is gonna be drifting into
It is, it is.
it's never
We're
land.
gonna have cheers. We're gonna shed tears. We're gonna have tears. This is a different type of class because it's a real class. It's not gonna be rehearsed. It's gonna be all the way live. And wherever it goes is wherever it's gonna go.
Now, what would you tell someone who is wanting to be an entrepreneur? What what would you tell them? What would you say to them if they say, hey, I want to start my own business? I'm gonna go with you first, Army.
If they want to start their own business, then you have to start putting the puzzle pieces together. Rome wasn't built in a day. However, everything has a blueprint and everything has a process, but you have to start somewhere. And even if you start with the little pieces, like, okay, what do I want to name my business, and start, researching, as they said before, that nobody has that name, then you want to start researching, if I do start this business, what skill set, what service can I offer that is different from the competition that's out here? Because everybody seems to have a way of doing the same thing but putting a different name on it or putting a different color on it. So when you put a different brand on it, it's a whole different ball game. So it's a study technique of really figuring out the process of how am I going to make my business successful and what tools do I need to implement to make it successful. It's a thinking thing before you actually execute it. The biggest thing is getting it started. Once you get it started, then things will fall into place. Is how you start the process, which is most important, and make sure it's actually something that you want to invest your time and energy into. Because if it's not something that you're passionate about and you're just thinking it as a vehicle for money, it may not have the result that you really want. It may make money, but it's a different type of money when it's something that you're passionate about. Because if you feel that way, if people can see that you're passionate about what you're offering, then they're going to take some value in wanting to use you as a vendor or take your services, because you have to believe it first. You can't make nobody else believe it if you don't believe it.
Amen. All right, Ricard, you're up next. What would you tell somebody that wants to be an entrepreneur?
I definitely agree with what Army said about it's a process and do your research and all. Because with me, I was kind of like I was learning on the fly and I had no idea what I was doing. So let's just say I had a lot of pitfalls. I mean, I didn't have no idea what I was doing because it took off before I knew it. But I would just say you definitely want to make sure that you're passionate about it. You want to be dedicated. You're gonna have to have discipline. Learn as much as you can, like Army has said, about the business that you want to start. Definitely do your research. Also, get used to people telling you no, because there are these gatekeepers out here. They gonna just say no, but don't give up, because eventually someone's gonna say yes, and that one yes will just, man, it's a great feeling, because then you know that someone else eventually will say yes. Also, I would say find someone who has some insight into the business that you want to do. I say that because I met this man who sells lanyards. His name is Charlie. He has his own company, and we're still good friends. And without his help, I would have been lost. He was like a blessing in disguise, and I met him over the phone. So, um, yeah, do your research. Definitely research, and never give up. I think everyone should want or at least try to start their own business. But what Army said, she hit the what they say the nail on
Nail on the
the
head.
head. Yes, she hit it on the head. Do your research before you dive in, because I was through into it on the fly, and all I've been doing, well, in the beginning I was reacting to everyone else because I didn't know. So yeah, trust me, I got screwed over a few times. There's people out there that will just all they want is money, 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 and they'll tell you what you want to hear. So definitely do research with anyone that you're going to do business with, because as your business grows, you're going to do research. You're going to bump into people who've been doing this for a while, and they're like, oh, he don't know what he's doing, and they'll just take you for your money. Because yes, I got a couple times.
Okay, so
Do I answer this?
yes, you're Brittany. I can't think of your name. Like Brittany, yes, go.
I would say one, with my business, it was still research. You're definitely going to lose money before you make money. I have definitely lost money. But it definitely is a lot of research. It takes a lot of patience. I'm still learning as I go. I definitely have people I learn from that are we live in an age of social media. There is a lot of stuff you can learn. There's a lot of people giving the game for free, basically. I follow a lot of lash businesses or just beauty businesses or businesses, period. And it's a lot of stuff I learn or get insights that people that have been where I've been at, and they're giving ideas or giving, hey, this is a route I went. You may want to go a different route, but like I forgot which one of you said, it's not if you're just doing it for the money, you're gonna be really upset because you're gonna lose a lot of money before you make money. Like I've had good days where like I sell everything, but then I have to turn around and put it right back into the business, or it's like, well, I spent this much on product, and sometimes it's patience. Like I may have a certain product for a long time and it barely sell, and then one day everybody's buying like 20 items in one day. So it's a patience. Like you have to have patience. You have to not compare yourself, because it is easy to see somebody else doing the same thing you're doing, and they may be getting they say they're getting a whole bunch of sales or making it look so glamorous, and then you're sitting like, well, should I really be doing this?
So I'm gonna say this. I'm in this group, and I look at some people. Like one girl said she just started her business and she made like $10,000 in one day, and I'm like, what? And that may happen. I mean, it could happen, but I'm thinking, did you have $10,000 worth of product? You know what I'm saying? When you first start off, because I'm thinking, even with me, I clean houses and I do other stuff on the side, but it's like I dished out money first before I saw any income coming in, and I ain't made no $10,000 in one day.
I wish,
right? So I don't know. I can't say that she didn't do it or they didn't do it. I have no idea. But again, you did say something profound, Brittany, when you said that you're going to lose money first. I was reading this money book. I don't have it up here. They said the first 2 to 3 years you're going to be in the red.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, that's when you start building your. That's why when you have a business plan, then you have to give your 5-year goals or outlook, and then your 10-year, because it's a process. The first 3 years you really ain't gonna make. You might make a little bit of money, but you're not gonna make that much money to quit your day job. Let's just say that.
Exactly.
So do you all pay yourself with what you sell? Do you pay yourself, like if you bought the mask for like $2, do you I'm sure you want to make a profit, so and then you pay yourself because you got to replenish what you paid for the mask and pay yourself. Do y'all do that?
So I was gonna add on to just for a background story. My mom gave me my mom gave me my first 1,200 to start my business. And I tell people like that, I literally came to my mama one day and was like, I want to sell lashes. Like literally came to her one day and like, I'm buying lashes every week or two. I think I want to sell lashes. And it was I think she believed in me more than I believed in myself, because she literally was like, well, here's 1,200. Do what you want to do with it. And I always think like, dang, that's 1,200. I probably didn't made it back and lost it. But I always think like, you have people that believe in you. So I'm like, I made that back, but I didn't realize like, okay, you make that back, you still have to re-up on product. You have to, I don't want my inventory to look, or my product to look like, nothing wrong with beauty supply store, but look like they just bought off the beauty supply store racks. So then I'm thinking, so the money you do make, you kind of have to, you do have to put it back.
It goes back into my question is, when you sell your product, are you selling it at cost, or are you making sure you get a profit for yourself to pay yourself and to re-up your product? I'm gonna ask you, Rickard.
Yes, I'm definitely. I don't necessarily pay myself. I have a business account, but every time I sell or someone purchases one, whether it's online or through me, I'm definitely making a profit off of the sale. But like as she said earlier, like you said, like the first 2 year or two, you always going to be in the red because you got to spend money to make money. So, but I make a profit every time one is sold because of the price I paid to make it. Nah, I'm making a profit.
What about you, Army?
I'm definitely paying myself. My craft is a little different from everyone else's because it is a hands-on process for me. So it's just like me working at Chick-fil-A in the kitchen. I have to prepare that food. So I incorporate that in my pricing, in my catering contract, because I have to pay myself for the time that I'm allocating to prepare a meal for them. I may not include the hours it takes to gather all of the inventory, but I'm definitely going to pay myself for the time it takes to prepare each and every dish that I have to in order to survive, because our time is money. And that's hours that I can be doing other things. But what I selected is the way that I support myself financially, one of the ways. So, yes, I do pay myself each and every venture that is associated with the catering process. I do.
Now, dang, I lost my train of thought, and it wasn't it.
Did you want me to answer? No, yes.
Yeah, go ahead. But I think of what I was about to say.
I would say I do pay myself. I do upcharge. I don't like saying upcharge, but yes. I'm not selling it for what I bought it for.
Right.
But I do pay myself. It's not at right now, because I feel like my businesses, to me, it's just taking off. So I pay myself little and I put everything back into my business, because the moments I've been like the last 2-3 months I was taking a break, it was a lot of people that, hey, have you restocked? My mom asked me 50 million times.
Listen, because I be like, she done got me wearing lashes. I need to get my lashes bang back on there. You can't take a break. You can't be taking a break when you got me putting lashes on while selling your product, and now I ain't got no lashes to put on and bat my eyes with no more. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, she was so against lashes a year ago. She was so against. I don't see why you wear lashes. What do you need lashes for? Now, before I even get to put stuff on the site, can I just get mine before? can you just give me my lashes before you put them on the site? So I make her wait. Like, you have to be. I said, you're a customer, just like everybody else.
I'm a mama. I ain't a customer. Remember that. So let me ask y'all this question. So when you, this is where I was going. Family members, friends, when they see you, when they see your product, do they try to get a discount? And Rickard, you go first. Well, don't be laughing. Answer the question.
Hey, most family members actually, they want more than a discount. They want you to get it to them free. So
Really?
yes, and that's where you have to tell them no, because I believe that's where, well, before I started my own business, I saw other Black people start their own business and go out of business for the simple fact that if they started a club, they want to give all their homies free drinks and let everybody in free. That's no way to run a business. So you got to tell them, like, hey, you wouldn't ask this man at this store, would you give it to her for free? Or if someone else was selling it for free. So, and if they get mad, then they not for you. So I would just say the people who ask you for a discount or want it for free, they not for you. So, and you don't need to have them around anyway. So I'm not giving anything for free. I gave out a few in the beginning to close family members, but beside that, no. But they do ask.
Brittany? And we're not gonna use me because I'm the mama and I feel like I should, but I still pay for mine, y'all. Don't I'm gonna pay for my lashes so I can bat my eyes. Go ahead.
She does say, well, I gotta pay that, but she does pay. She does. She does. This is another learning. I have brand ambassadors. My dog is trying to make a appearance. I don't really have the issue of people want it for free, but I feel like people do want a discount. I've just made a decision. Like, I have brand ambassadors, but I have brand ambassadors like you're sitting on a discount and you don't even shop.
Right.
So I have now told myself, like, okay, the brand ambassador, like I have one girl, like ever since I started selling lashes, she's bought like 5 or 10 at a time. And that's one of my brand ambassadors. I'm a brand ambassador for her business. So I've learned, like, you have to, the people that do support or the people that you know are gonna push your stuff as much as you are, those are the people that you can give the discount to. Because there's some people that just want it just to, okay, when in 6 months, every 6 months buy some lashes, I have a discount where I can just get 50 off, like, or get ever. So I've definitely learned that, yeah, no. If you don't want to buy, just share my post, like a post. That's fine.
Right. What about you, Army?
I can't even say it's just reduce the people that I know. You know, when you present a proposal and a contract, you kind of put yourself into a game for negotiation. I wasn't negotiating when I gave you that piece of paper. I'm not going to discount my services. I'm not going to discount my value. And I feel, in my opinion, when a person challenges my pricing, you're already trying to discount me. And I'm not in a position where I'm going to let you determine my value. My value is as it is written on this piece of paper. I have lost some deals that way, but I've also stood firm on what I said. My price is what it is. If I am not in your price range, by all means, I appreciate the interest. Thank you for considering me first. But at no parts am I going to go back and rework my numbers, because when I produce a number, it's like a formula for me. I know how much food is costing during the pandemic. It's ridiculous. I know how much supplies are costing me, how much seasonings are costing me. Nobody can really sit there and know what your formula is, even though they think they may. They can't. They don't know your process. So I'm at a no negotiations, because you can't reinvent the wheel with me, because the wheel I created, not you.
Now, this is where I understand that, because, you know, again, I have the cleaning business, and I have noticed that I had a girlfriend of mine ask me to come look at her house and give her a quote on to get her house at the part where you can just come in like once a week and maintain it. And because she was a good friend, I told her $300. Now, her house was not nice. I'm just gonna say that it was kind of messed up. And I'm like, $300. You lucky I didn't say for $500, right? But she felt that she could go somewhere else and get it cheaper. Well, you can do that, right? You can do whatever you like, but I'm not going to negotiate my price. Now, I found out with some people, and I hate to say this, white people, they gonna pay you, right? Mm-hmm. They are going to pay you because they want their house clean. And I'm not just saying cleaning, but they are going to pay you. And they're not gonna say, well, why you got to listen? The man that I clean for, he is was President Bush's son. He worked under him. And so I cleaned his house. And I said, this is my price. This is my price to get you started, and this is my price to maintain it every week. He pays me more than what I quoted him. Right? Because he says I do a good job. And plus, sometimes I cook. So that's just, my thing. But I feel like I know what I'm worth, right? I love to clean. Cleaning relaxes me. I don't know too many people who like to clean like that. But I love to get down and get to the baseboards and the ceiling fans and I do all that.
Wow.
Huh?
I was like, wow.
I know, right? It relaxes me. It keeps my mind
from
wondering. Hush up. Right. It keeps me going. And I was cleaning.
Come over here to visit and want to clean something.
I do.
We'll find something to
Renita,
clean.
I go to her house and she's like, you gonna clean? I be trying not to because I don't like to overstep my boundaries. But every now and then I find myself trying to tally something up. But it's just a habit that I have.
With the price drop, we're talking about discounts. What I also have, this is another learn with researching. You look at other people's business. Yep. What are they selling? If they're selling the same thing, what are they selling it for?
Cause Molly Maid baby was trying to bust me because that's how I did my research. I went to Molly Maid and had them come and quote me, right? And then I was like, well, what if my house was like 1,500 square feet? The lowest price they had was $350, and I just went down $50.
And see, I've looked at people.
Don't understand. You're not going to ask them for a discount.
I've looked at people selling lashes, and like I said, I let my quality of my lashes or whatever speak for itself. Like my lashes last a long time.
They sure do.
I've looked at people that are. Like my lowest lash you're gonna spend is $12. I don't think $12 is bad because they last a long time. Some people are charging $25, but there's people that are charging $5 or $8 for some lashes, and people are like, you can't go lower. No, because I know what my quality is. I just had a girl that told me I just threw some lashes away and I had them for like 7 months.
Girl, we working on 5 months with these, honey. Anyway, 5 months with the lashes, girl. 5 months with the lashes, and I didn't put some makeup on and everything. Anyway, but what is your biggest fear about your business? I'm gonna ask you first, Army.
My biggest fear would be failure. I mean, I think that's everybody's biggest fear. For me, ACES, which is the catering end of my business. The brand itself is actually me and my children's name. Army, Sierra, Ellen, and Samaya, which is how I created my name. And it is a brand that I built so that I could have something to pass down to my children. Whether they sell the business, sell the clientele, run the business, or whatever they so choose to do, let me establish something that was built on family values and love that I can pass on to my children. So definitely failure is the biggest fear for me, even though I'm praying daily and I feel like I'm covered.
Brittany, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear with my business is failing. In a way, I started my business because I don't want to be don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. But I also started in mind of my uncle. Of we had a talk before he passed away of what he one day wanted to do, and he wanted to start his own business. So my business making it is not so more for my lifestyle, is for I want to pass something down to when I do have kids or to his kids. I
And
want
take care
to,
of your mama.
of course, but I want to be able to. I don't think about it just being for me anymore. It's more of like I want to be able to, like I said, pass it down to my kids, be able to take care of, like, my uncle kids don't have a father anymore. I want to be able to, in a way, help them out if they ever needed it. Be what he was to me, to them. One day, and I want to be somewhere on the beach, making money and
Making money while you sleep.
making money.
Ricard, what is your biggest fear, if you have any?
I wouldn't say that. I really, to me, I don't have a fear as far as my business, because the way I feel about it, to me, it's like failure. To me, it's not an option.
Okay.
As this grows, but I have a fear, and as my business grows, when I go to these meetings with, and a lot of times I be the only black person there, and I'm just like, holy crap. Um, like, man, they gonna start talking about something, and I don't know what the heck they talking about, because sometimes that has happened. It takes me a while to catch on, but that's just a fear I have because, like I say, I'm new to it. But I don't really have a fear about my business because it's just I'm trying to grow something and have something that great grandkids that I may never meet, that they can live off of.
Right.
Something to leave my legacy. On this earth, this planet, this world, for them. That's what I'm trying to do now. So to me, failure is not an option. I must keep going.
Okay. Now we're about to wrap up, but I want each of you to give 2 or 3 things about your thoughts about being an entrepreneur that you can be successful, or your thoughts about it. Go, Ricard.
I would say my thoughts on being an entrepreneur. It's not for everyone, but I believe everyone should at least try it at least once, because it may seem hard in the beginning, but as you learn, it all becomes easy. Like some of the things that I do now, I'm just like, a year ago I was having trouble with it, but now it's like it's fine tuned, and it's going, and it's no better feeling than seeing something that you built your own, and seeing. I could think about the first time I saw someone wearing my lanyard, and I walked past them and I said, "Hey, where'd you get that from?" And they told me, I was just like, "What you think about it?" I asked some questions. They told me they liked it. Of course they liked it, they bought it, but that was a good feeling, and I believe everyone should experience that. Once you do that, one sale can change your life. And before I quit, I'll say this: sometimes in life you have to create your own opportunities,
Yep.
especially being black in America. Opportunities are not going to be there for you. You must create your own opportunity and never give up, because people going to always put you down. Even what is your family, your friends, them gatekeepers to them big corporations. But just keep trying. Never give up. If you have an idea and something you want to do, and you're speaking to someone and they're telling you that you can't do it, get away from those people. Go tell it to
Exactly.
someone else. And if they encourage you, that's who you need to talk to. Get away from the negative minded people, because then they will never allow you to grow. Talk to someone
Yep.
who's always going to encourage you, and talk with people who have their own business, because if you're constantly talking to people who don't know what you're doing, you're never growing. You need to talk to someone and ask them, "Hey, what did you do to get here?" just never ever give up. Always keep moving forward. Create your own opportunities.
All right, Brittany, what do you want to say?
Sorry, I'm laughing. What did you? What was the question again?
You give me 2 or 3 things about being for entrepreneurs.
Advice.
Some advice that you want to give them.
Definitely don't give up. Don't compare yourself to other people. Your time will come when it's supposed to come. Some people it happens right away. Some people it doesn't. Your path is your path. It's supposed to go the way it's supposed to go for a reason. So don't give up. Definitely research. If you need to take a step back, get your whatever the business is, whatever you're trying to do, get your thoughts together, figure out where you want to go with your business. Like I said, I took a couple of months off, figure that out, do that. Because you can't run a business if your mental is not there. Definitely cannot run a business like you want to if your mental is not where you need it to be. So and be patient with yourself. It's a learning opportunity. There is nobody can say if they're an entrepreneur that they knew exactly everything they needed to do right out the gate. If they do, they are absolutely lying because there is no way. There is no way.
All right, Harmony, you got the floor.
Okay, my first thing would be is to believe in yourself. That is critical. You know, a lot of times we think about things and we have ideas, you know, but the thing to know is dreams do come true with the proper execution, but it starts with you. You know, you have to get to a point where no matter what anyone say, naysayers, people's opinions, people that have failed at what you're trying to do, you have to visualize it mentally, and begin to execute it physically to where it fits the pieces for you. And it is not something, again, that's going to happen overnight. It takes time, and just like Brittany said, it takes patience. And Ricard, failure isn't an option, and those are the things that you need to implement in your mind. You know, make a book. Start jotting down, the things that you need to accomplish. Make you a list of priority. The thing that isn't the biggest thing, leave the bigger things at the bottom, but start working on the little things and give yourself one thing that you're going to work on every month. Start knocking it out, knock it out. And even some months you might be able to do 2 or 3, but don't push yourself to where you're going to overwhelm yourself, because an effective business is not done under stressful circumstances. Those are the businesses that have trouble early on when they develop. This has to be something that you are comfortable with, something that you're relaxed and you're in the headset of this business is going to work. This is how it's going to work. This is how I'm going to design it. And this is how it's going to be. Everything again starts internally. And then if you are lucky enough to have the support of individuals who have accomplished those things, then that makes it even better, because that will give you that push or that support when you have someone arm in arm with you that have already walked that path, that has already made their brand and made their business, and they're walking in it. It's motivation for you when you have those particular people around you.
Yes.
That y'all all said something profound, but I wanted to say this. Starting a business or having a business is not a sprint. It's like running a marathon.
It's a marathon.
You gotta pace yourself.
The longest marathon of your life.
You have to pace yourself. You cannot try to be sprinting out there and then you fall back. No. Pace yourself and stay in stride. Stay in that comfort stride, because you're gonna get to the finish line sooner or later, as long as you stay in that stride, and you won't get burnt out. A lot of businesses, small businesses, want it quick, fast, and in a hurry, and they get burnt out. So if you
like that.
Exactly, it doesn't happen like that. You have to. Everything is in stride. You have to You have to have another thing is a support system. People around you that are going to push you to continue on. Not people like, oh girl, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. Let's go hang out. Let's go do that. No. Get you around people that are like-minded, that want success out of their life, whether they have a business or whether they just in school trying to better themselves or something. You have to have that support system behind you. You have to be that. Now is a stride. You got to have support system, and you have to research. You have to see, like I said,
write down your ideas.
Can I
different
say
things out here. You have to know where your idea. What'd you say?
I said, wait. When you finish, can I say one more thing?
You have to know, like, your business. You have to know your business. You can't say, I want to sell cars and don't know what kind of cars you have in your lot. You can't tell somebody that this is an Audi. What it is really a Honda. You know what I'm saying? You have to know your product. You have to know your product. You have to know what you're selling, believe in what you're selling, and okay, well, this didn't work. Maybe I need to try this. It's okay to switch up to learn, to grow. Go ahead, Ricard. What did you have to say?
Last thing. I would say surround yourself with positive people.
Yes.
And don't say what if. Say when I'm gonna do this. I call it you speak these things into existence.
Yeah,
I'm a believer that in the law of attraction, energy doesn't merely drift into the void, it's passed from one person to the next.
Amen.
So if you surround yourself with positive people, they're going to have a positive influence on you. Always positive affirmations. You will never be down. You'll pick yourself right back up. Just don't let someone mess with your focus. Your focus is
exactly
too important to you. If you have people around you that's negative, it's easy for a negative person to bring a positive person down, but it's hard for a positive person to bring a negative person up because that person has to want to come.
Mental mentality.
Exactly.
That mentality, yeah.
Into the void. It's merely passed from one person to the next. So speak things into the existence. If they tell you lying, just tell them wait and see. Just say, I'm going to do this. I will do that. This will happen. I say 10 positive affirmations every day. One of I say discipline, positive thoughts. I will be a millionaire. My business is going to be huge. Slow down.
Yes.
Pay attention. I say these things to myself all the time. I am asserting the mastery of my real self. Positive affirmations is so important. So I'm sorry. Oh, also before I go out and get this lanyard on Dressier Inc.
Wait a minute, I was getting it. You wait a minute. You jumped.
I have one thing
Hold on. Latanya has great advice, everyone. Before that is true, you have to have people positive. Listen, you can't have yes men around you. That is different than having somebody pushing you and saying positive thoughts. Now listen, my thing is, if you know, you be like, nah, I know what I ain't doing. I'm gonna do it anyway, and they be like, no, that's gonna take your brand into a different direction, and you want to stay the course on here, right? You don't want this on Facebook, but you're trying to have a brand, so you want people to be positive, but you also want them to be honest. And with when it comes to your business and you, like we were talking earlier today, Army, and I can tell you, like y'all, like I don't think that's going. If you don't get off your butt and start doing this, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna go by the wayside. What are you doing to progress your business? What are you doing to help yourself in this business? It's not negative, but it's pushing you. If I tell you, well, if you on Facebook, you talking about cooking, but I see you twerking and legs up in the air. That's taken away from your, I'm saying, your brand. So what are you bringing to the table to make people want to
separate your brand from your person?
You don't want to taint your brand, right? Yeah. So just this all I have to say. What did you have to say, Brittany?
I was gonna say, your dream is your dream. So, like, I sell lashes, I have lash pens, whatever case may be. One day I may get into lip gloss or something, but you can take people's advice, but you don't have to. A lot of people will try to put this is what you do for your business because they want to, or I've had people like, well, why don't you get into makeup? I don't wear makeup. I'm not going to get into eyeshadow and foundation where I can't tell somebody how to put on highlights. I'm just not going to. And you have to know it's not that. And some people may take it like you're not taking advice. Is no, but I know where I want my business to go, and I know where the lane I want to be in. So you have to, yes, listen to people's advice, but know, okay, is this advice where I want to go, or is this advice where I want to do? Because not all advice is good advice. Not all opinions are good opinions.
Ultimately, the end of the road is everybody can give you advice, but it's your decision on your business. Your decision on your business or what you're going to do. Well, I want to thank you all tonight for coming out. Now, before we go, Ricard, go ahead and give us your spiel. Where can we get the language at? You was jumping the gun.
Hey, I didn't get to do a demonstration. You see?
Go ahead, do a demonstration. Let me see your demonstration.
Hey, it's a lanyard. It holds your mask and your credentials, your keys. And when you don't have your mask on, you just let it go. Because people were wearing 2 lanyards to hold their mask when they weren't wearing it and their credentials. And I made 1 lanyard do both. I patented. This is my company name, Dressere Inc. You can buy them on Walmart, Amazon. My website is dressereinc.com. And Dressere,
can you spell that, Ricard, please? Spell Dressere Inc., please. So
if you know how to spell Ricard, if you look at it, it's just my name backwards. That's my company.
You don't know how to spell it, Ricard.
It's DRACIRINC.
Dressere Inc., right?
DressereInc.com is the website. Type in Dressere Inc. on Walmart, Amazon. You can get them there also.
All right. What about you, Brittany McCall?
Didn't have to put my middle name out there.
Website.
Oh, my website is iCandyLoveByB.com. Instagram is iCandyLove_. Facebook is the same. Right now, lashes are all 30% off. Just till whenever the 3rd is. I don't know what day that is. There you go. Till Thursday. Yeah.
All right, Miss Army. What's your website and stuff? Now, mind you, I'm gonna post all their websites on my what is that? Let's Grow with Yo-Yo page so everybody can know where to go. Army, what's your website?
There's actually my website is Cooking with Mimi, but it's through GoDaddy. So we're having some technical difficulties. But when you go through GoDaddy, you can actually reference it. And I will share a link on my page for my Facebook page, which is Aces Catering and Events. You should see my face up there in a little gray hat. Aces also has a Instagram, which is Aces_caters_ to you. You will find it that place as well. My personal Facebook page, which is Army Copeland Hardy. Of course, you'll find a lot of information there too, but I will be uploading everything that will direct you to me, whether it be the cooking school or the catering site through the ACES. It'll be on Facebook.
Okay. Well, thank you all for.
Make an
Yo,
appearance.
Huh?
one last thing. I make them custom made also, as y'all see. You can get your name, your school. It don't matter, your battle buddy.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Hey.
Before you go, how did you get your stuff on Walmart.com?
Hard work. I
can't stand him.
If you was in the army, you know what that means. But
I know.
it was a process. That's all. That's a whole nother.
I understand it because we were doing it for Brittany. I'm still waiting for my daughter to finish her thing.
Say this with Brittany. If I can say this now that I have access to Walmart's website. With her, I can add any products that I want to as one of my products and sell it. It doesn't matter whether it's mine or whatever it is, because now I'm in. So I could just go in and add any product I want to Walmart's website, but it'll be under my company name.
Well, assistant.
Oh, also, if y'all don't know how
Get
to
that on
Facebook ads, Google ads and stuff, I have all that. I run all of that stuff from my phone, and I have people that do it for me that taught me.
I'm figuring out how to do the Instagram and
just once we get off of here, or you want me to just give me a call tomorrow or something like that, and I can teach you.
All right, honey. Well, thank you all so much for being on here. It was wonderful. I hope everybody learned a little something about being an entrepreneur or trying to start your business. Again, that's Ace. Cooking with Mimi. I Candy Love by B. That's it, right? I Candy Love by B. And Inc.com, right?
There we go.
That's right. All right. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful night. I thank you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.